and welcome to Sales You. You know, our customers today have more options than ever, so it's only natural that they are more demanding than ever. And that's why when we talk to the people behind some of our big wins, we hear the same thing again and again.
We had a great teamwork with sales management, solution design, operations in designing the whole new setup.
It helped a lot that senior management from operations and senior management from sales was also involved.
I needed to make sure that I engaged with operations very early.
I mean, during the implementation process and how comfortable we've made the customer feel, and they actually added further services and further lanes.
We've got our operations management team as well as operations director involved in the opportunity early on.
If you want to bring in that big win, you need the help of operations and network operations. But how do you make sure you do the collaboration right and maximize your chances of making that close? I'm delighted to say that joining me today is someone who can answer all our questions about this, Vice President of Network Operations, Marius Pennings. Hi Marius, welcome to Sales You. So Marius, what's the potential of getting cross-functional collaboration working the way we want it to?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for inviting me for this interview in the Sales University. I really appreciate that. For me, it's always very important that there is a good collaboration between sales and operations, especially when it comes to reviewing new business setups, but also looking at existing setups we have with customers. So sales is very connected to the customer, so they understand perfectly, I think, what their needs are. We as operations can help to make it work, but also sometimes we see alternatives that can even better fit the customer. So one of these examples is setting up direct injections, and basically what we mean with that is that we go directly to an hub and bypassing the origin station. And the big benefit of that is that volumes are earlier available in the hub. Most of the time also we can offer better cutoff times for our customers. But as the volumes are available early in the hub, we can connect to the onboard line hauls, to the first line hauls that move out of the hubs. So we also clearly see that there is a service improvement, because when it connects through a station, it comes late in the hub, in the peak of the process, and the risk of missing a connection is higher than when you have the volumes earlier. So yeah, this is an example we implemented now in Coire, in the road hub in Duiven, and also in Liège we have implemented the first customers. So some example customers are Dr. Martens, Hunkemuller, Samsung. And with these customers we see clearly improvements, and also the customers recognize that.
When should we, as sales, make first contact with operations? What information do we need to know before we call?
Yeah, so let's be more specific. We talk about direct injections here. So as we have a lot of experience already, we know quite well what we need to know in order to see how we can set it up in the best way. We follow the ABLE process for this. So in the assess phase, this all starts with a request that sales has to do in iCell. Then in the build phase, the customer solutions team is going to take it forward, involves P&E, the operation teams, but also other departments, and share their input with the pricing and sales teams. Then sales, of course, needs to discuss it with the customer, which enables us to create an SOP. And once that SOP is created together with the customer, the operations teams can work towards an implementation date. And of course, we also need to evaluate, and also here the customer engineering team is on point here to do the evaluation with the customer. So a lot of the information we need is available also on HighSpot.
Aside from those need-to-knows, are there any nice-to-knows? What questions would operations like sales to ask when engaging with a new opportunity?
Yeah, so we do have a lot of information already available based on the experience we have with direct injection. We have listed it all down in a capability matrix, which is available on the HighSpot page. What is very important to know is that we can do this for FedEx and TNT customers. We can also do this now for T-status shipments, so also custom related shipments can be dealt with directly in the hub. We can do parcels, we can do non-conveyables, documents, smalls, and we can do freight. So that's all available. And next to that, we can also do dangerous goods now. There is some prerequisites how the trailer is loaded, but again, that information is available on the HighSpot pages, and also the customer solution teams are well aware. So we can do a lot, and all the information is available on the site.
How do we keep developing that relationship between sales and operations into the future?
Yeah, as I mentioned already at the beginning of this interview, the collaboration between sales and operations is very important, as it is with all the departments. I'm a strong supporter of cross-functional collaboration. So I always encourage my ops teams to engage with sales. And vice versa, of course, salespeople should visit operational locations. If it's a hub or a station, you can work from those locations. You can have sales meetings there, team meetings. But also, if we talk about customer events, make sure that also operational people are invited. We have plenty of examples where also in our operational locations we held customer events. So I think that's really a good opportunity also to connect with customers, with sales, with operations, and that really helps. Next to that, of course, operations can also join a driver for a day. I think that's also a great opportunity always. But also, work in a warehouse, in a shift, in a morning shift, an evening shift. And the good advantage of that is that you also see your customers' packaging, how they are handing over the goods. And quite often you also learn and see that there's things that can be improved on the customer side. So sales can also help us as operators with that. So I think this is just a few examples how we can continue the good collaboration and improve it even further.
Thank you, Marius.
Thank you.
As is so often the case, at the end of the day, it's up to each of us to make this work. And so I hope this has given you some idea on how you can make working with operations work for you. We'll see you next time.